Alright guys, well, I still can't play on my Android phone, so we're going to be taking a look at Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, because now with the Master Passives in Pokemon Masters, it is very possible for these two to come to the game, of course, because with their primal abilities, having Infinite Sun and Infinite Rain, it is going to be very, very strong. And with their primal abilities, with the weather conditions, it's gonna nerf a lot of moves. So like if Primal Groudon is in the battle and he has his Desolate Land Sun up, water type moves are gonna be ineffective just because of the sun is just gonna evaporate the water. So water type moves are gonna have no effect when Primal Groudon is in the field, and that goes for Kyogre as well. When he has his Rain up, when he's in his primal form, fire type moves are going to do next to no damage, so that's going to cause a little bit of different strategy to come into Pokemon Masters. Well, not really, because I don't really see the NPCs having like these kind of Pokemon. So like when you're going into an event and the enemy has a fire type attack, then you could just bring Kyogre and just nullify that fire type attack. So it's going to be like interesting for sure when these guys do come, and if they do come, is it going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be insane because it's going to buff so many characters that actually do need a buff, because having Infinite Sun is just going to help so many fire types in the game, and same goes for Rain. It's just going to help a lot of water types as well. Even some electric types that have Thunder, because when you have that Rain up, Thunder is going to hit no matter what, so it's just going to be insane. But let's just start off with Groudon. So Groudon, we know like when he enters the field, he's gonna have Sun up, but that's only gonna be like for 5 turns. But with Primal Groudon, it's gonna be infinite, so it's gonna be interesting for sure. And then when we look at his stats over here, like with the perfect nature and the perfect IVs and EVs and everything, his physical attack is gonna be at 438, and then his physical defense is 416. Those are going to be the stats that really matter, so I'm only going to be talking about those because that's what Groudon is, a physical attacker and a physical defensive Pokemon. And then when he goes to Primal State, I love the design though. Like the primal Pokemon are just insanely awesome. I love their design. Like they're pretty cool for sure. But then when he's in his Primal State, it jumps up to a whopping 504 physical attack. And then his physical defense jumps up to 460, and then his special attack also gets an increase to 438, but he's mainly going to be used as a physical attacker, but because of the special attack increase, it is still good enough to actually use him as a special attacker if you wish to do so when he's in his Primal Groudon state. But still, with how high his physical attack is, you're most likely going to want to run him as a physical attacker, because the amount of damage that you're going to be doing is much higher with the physical attack. And his base stat total is 770 when he's in Primal State, which is very high. He is insane. But Groudon, Kyogre, he has the same as well. So 770 base stat in Primal State, but he's mainly a special attacker or a special side, while Groudon is the physical side. So very cool there. And then when we go down to his moveset, when he's in his Primal State, or even just in regular form, he's gonna have Pre-Surprise Blades, and I really like this move. The animation in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, like I do like it. So like in Pokemon Masters, I would expect it to be a very cool animation. And if they come as a Master Sync pair, then we can see them with possibly 3 different typing moves. So like obviously Pre-Surprise Blades is going to be one of the ground type moves, and then maybe with the special attack increase, when he sync moves, he turns into Primal Groudon, so then he can get Eruption. And then for his third move, he could possibly have Rock Slide as an AoE, ground type. So I think that'll be cool because it's Master Pair, Master Sync Pair, so it would be very fitting. And it would be very strong too, because we know how strong Eruption is on Typhlosion, and then with Groudon in Infinite Sun, like this is just going to be a lot of damage done. But if we look at his other moves that he could learn through TM, he can maybe even learn Fire Punch. So instead of Eruption, if they just want to give him one AoE, and the AoE could be like Rock Slide or something like that, then they can maybe just give him Fire Punch if they want to mainly focus Kyogre or Groudon on physical attack. Because then when Primal Kyogre comes, then they can mainly specialize him as a special attacker, while Groudon could be a physical attacker. So if they want to go that way, then they can maybe give him Fire Punch, Pre-Supplies Blaze, and then Rock Slide as his physical attacking moves. Obviously Sunny Day is going to be useless because his ability is Drought, and then it turns into like a super Sunny Day when he's in primal form, so like that's going to be useless. Stomping Tantrum is not going to be good just because you have like either Earthquake or his signature move, Pre-Supplies Blades. Even Bulldoze like pretty useless compared to the moves that he could possibly get, like Earthquake or Pre-Supplies Blaze, which are much better than Stomping Tantrum and Bulldoze. I mean, Bulldoze is good just because it lowers your speed in both the main series and Pokemon Masters, so like I guess it would be fine. But I'd rather much have Earthquake or Pre-Supplies Blaze. And like his moveset is pretty solid, but when he's in primal form, another level right there. But yeah, Groudon is an insane Pokemon for sure, and the design for the primal Pokemon, they're really cool. And I actually really hope that Dialga and Palkia in the remasters, or the remakes, whichever you want to call it, do get some kind of primal form or a different form on their remastered or remakes for Diamond and Pearl. But yeah, Primal Groudon is easily one of my favorite designed Pokemon, especially his shiny form. Now, for the trainers, there's different options for Groudon and Kyogre. Obviously, with Groudon, it could possibly be Maxi with Groudon, and then villains could obviously get Master Passives or a Master Fair as well. And I think that'll be cool because then it opens up the doors for other Master Sync pairs. And I think having some villains as the Master Fair as well would be cool. Like obviously having the Master Fairs as champions is going to be more likely, but if they want to throw in some villains as the Master Fair, then they could do that too, because I definitely won't mind that, and I think it would be cool, and it would be interesting for sure, because then we could have Giovanni as a Master Fair, we could have Cyrus as a Master Fair, so it would be interesting for sure. But either Maxi or I could see Brendan as having a Groudon. And then if Brendan comes back, maybe we could see him Master Fair Signasuit Brendan or something. I don't know, but but it could either be Brendan or Maxi. Personally, that's what I feel. That's what I feel could possibly happen. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Maxi could come to the game with Primal Groudon? Leave that down in the comments below, because I'm interested to see what you guys think about this. Alright, and now with Kyogre, he's the same as Groudon, but obviously special attacking wise and a water type. So with Drizzle, he enters the field, and then he gives Rain off right when he enters the field, which is good. And then when he's in Primal state, he brings his buffed up Rain, so then you get Infinite Rain, which is good. And the only way to get rid of these weather conditions is if you have like Mega Rayquaza with Airlock, or his buffed up Airlock, or Cloud 9. And those are the only ways to get rid of their weather conditions. Or like if Primal Kyogre is in the field, but then you bring in Primal Groudon, then Primal Groudon's weather condition will get rid of Kyogre's Rain. And I think that's what's going to happen. Like if we end up seeing Primal Groudon come to the game, then we could definitely expect to see Mega Rayquaza come. So like Zinnia and her Rayquaza will most likely get a buff with a grid and then a Mega Evolution. And that's probably what they're waiting for the next time Rayquaza gets his event rerun. We could possibly see Groudon and Kyogre come, maybe. And then a grid expansion with a Mega Evolution. Because when Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre come, we can most likely see, again, Mega Rayquaza, and that's going to be a huge buff, because right now Mega Rayquaza, or Rayquaza in Pokemon Masters, is not really that good. So giving him a Mega Evolution would be very good. But his stats is mainly special, like I said. So his special attack is 438, and then his special defense is 416. But then when he's in his primal state, that jumps all the way up to 504, just like Primal Groudon. And then his special defense jumps up to 460, and then his physical attack jumps up to 438. Like, they're literally a copy of each other, but just Kyogre is the special side, and then Groudon is the physical side. So like when one comes, we could definitely expect to see the other. Maybe one will be free and then maybe one will be summonable, unless they decide to make both of them summonable, and then with Rayquaza's rerun they can Mega Evolve him. So like I don't know, there's that possibility too. Um, and the first moveset, obviously he's gonna have his signature move as well, which is Origin Pulse, and it's a good one. I do like that animation as well. So we can see that as his water type move, and then he could possibly have Muddy Water as his AoE, and then maybe Ice Beam. Like there's different options, but with Origin Pulse, maybe they want to give him something else as an AoE. It doesn't even have to be an AoE. Like it could be Origin Pulse, it could be Ice Beam, and then it can be maybe Ancient Power. I don't know, one Ice type, one Water, and then maybe Bulldoze. Like, because when he goes into his primal state, like, he does get a better physical attack, so like Bulldoze would be hitting like harder, or he could get Rock Slide. Like, there's different ways to give Kyogre like the moves, but me personally, I feel that he would have Origin Pulse, obviously. He could possibly have Ice Beam, and then maybe Ancient Power, because it is a special attacking move, so he's going to benefit from Ancient Power more than Groudon. But that's just my thinking, but there's different ways to go about this with Kyogre, of course. Unless they want to give him two water type moves, so then Origin Pulse and then Hydro Pump. But if you're going to run Hydro Pump, like, Hydro Pump and Origin Pulse are literally the same base power, because it's 110 base power for Hydro Pump. And then Origin Pulse is also 110 base power, so like they'll be competing with each other. But Origin Pulse does have a 5% higher accuracy, so you're probably better off with Origin Pulse. But at the same time, it's only a 5% increase, so it's not really going to make a huge difference, because then on the grid, he could have accuracy up, so then like maybe it could even go up to 100% with Hydro Pump. Like, there's no point in having both of these since they're almost like an identical move. So, but yeah, Kyogre is another Primal Pokemon, or another Pokemon that I do really, really like, and the design is just really nice. But yeah, now let's move on to the trainer. And of course, it's gonna be Archie. And honestly, I like Archie much more than Maxie. Like, the design of Archie over here just looks insane. And this design of Archie, like, if you were to come to the game as a Master Fair for Primal Kyogre, this would be the design that I would imagine he'd pick up. And it does suit the whole, like, Master Fair outfit and everything, or just the whole Master Fair theme. Like, when you look at this guy with his outfit, like, you just think to yourself, oh yeah, he's definitely a boss of some sort. So having a Master Fair of this kind of villain would be fitting with the suit and everything. Like, he does look really, really cool. And again, let me know what you guys think. Like, do you think we can see Master Fairs of villains, like of the bosses of each organization? I think it's possible, and I don't see why not. I mean, they're no masters or anything, but they're the boss of like the top organizations of each generation. So I don't know, I think it would be cool to have Master Fairs of like the bosses of each organization. But if it's not Archie, then we can maybe see Master Fair May with Kyogre. Just like with Groudon and Brendan, maybe we can see Master Fair May with Primal Kyogre. But I don't know, it's a toss-up. They could do anything with a Primal Pokemon. But the more logical way to go about it is giving it to Archie and Maxie. But I don't know, it would be so cool to have these Pokemon in the game though. It would be a lot of fun just having these abilities, and it would be a major buff to a lot of Pokemon. Because think of how hard Leon is already hitting with his own passive and then having Sun Up. But then when you have Primal Groudon on the team with Infinite Sun, it's just going to make Leon much better, just because having Infinite Sun is going to mean like you're going to have infinite 50% increase to your fire type attacks with Groudon on the team. So it's going to be good, because by the time like his base form Sun runs out, you're going to be able to go Primal State after your Sync move. So there's like right from the beginning of battle, when Groudon enters the field, he is going to be able to have his Infinite Sun. Like right from the beginning, you're gonna have Infinite Sun, because after like the sun goes away, you're basically gonna have the chance to sync move like right away. So like it's gonna be an amazing thing to have in the game for sure. But if they do come with their Primal State, then expect Rayquaza to get his Mega Evolution and that buff that we've been wanting for him. It's gonna be crazy for sure when all these three come. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of everything, and I'll see you guys later.